look at the front page of the Australian, Caleb, and we will get to the other papers because most of them have this element of the recession on the front. You can see there, I don't think I've seen that font on the front of the Australian for some time, but it's called The COVID Collapse. And the story by Jeff Chambers and Patrick Cummins says Josh Frydenberg is preparing a 5-year plan to create millions of jobs and reignite business investment to anchor Australia's recovery from the most severe recession since World War II. The Treasurer said the COVID-19 recession, the nation's first since 91, had wreaked havoc on the economy like nothing we have experienced before, and warned of more pain as Victoria's stage 4 lockdowns and state border closures hold back economic recovery. Much to talk about tonight, Caleb Bond. And I've got to say, we haven't had a recession for 28 years. You weren't born the last time Australia had a recession. And I fear, as the front page of the Australian says, that the young will bear the brunt of the jobs pain.
Well, 30 years ago, we had what was termed the recession we had to have, and now we have in our hands the recession we could not avoid. I mean, there was simply no way of getting around the fact that strict lockdowns, the effects of border closures, both internally and externally, were going to have a major detrimental effect on the economy. We should take some positivity out of the fact that we fared a lot better than a lot of other countries. I mean, there are countries in the world that are staring at 20% reductions in their GDP, which is crazy to think about. We've got 7%, which ain't great, but it could be a hell of a lot worse. And you are right in that young people will bear the brunt of this, because when you think about it, if you are a young person in casual employment in something like retail or hospitality, for instance, at a time when people are less inclined to spend money, then obviously that's going to affect your employment prospects. There will not be so many shifts. Young people who are studying at the moment, who then want to go off into jobs all over the place, those jobs simply won't be there. There will not be the money to hire these people. It's going to be a very difficult time for young people, particularly those who are looking to get into the jobs market, because the jobs will not be there, the money will not be there, and it's going to be a very long road out of this. But we couldn't avoid it. It was always going to happen. So now we've got to turn our mind from the figures, the figures are static, and say, OK, well, here's the number, what are we going to do about it? We can't sit around dwelling on the fact that we are in recession. We know that. It's unavoidable. What we need to do is talk about how the hell we get ourselves out of here and what we can do to create those opportunities for young people so that they don't feel the pain that we're going to feel right now in another 10 years' time.